Okay, I have trial number 2 again. I don't know what's going on because I didn't see the number of members who are watching online. So please, if you hear me, if you see me, just comment plus or 1. Just leave me a comment so I know that everything is okay with our connection. Yeah. I don't know. Where are you guys? Mm. Mm. So yes, if you see me, if you hear me, just comment 1 so we can start, and I will know that you are hearing me and you see me. Everything is okay with our connection. Okay, I see. Okay, let's start. Anyway, we have only 1 number still, but I'm gonna continue because I have prepared some materials, some useful tips for the first dates with Ukrainian ladies. And today, our topic on Magic Guaranty channel is 15 top first date tips with beautiful Ukrainian women by dating coach for men, if I can name myself like this. And today, of course, I hope you remember that I am Maria. I am transformational coach, and I help people to reprogram their minds and work with subconscious and conscious mind. And today, I wanna offer you to listen to some theoretical part, to some informational part, and then you can ask specific questions about your situation in love area and about your relationships. And I'm open to answer and open to help you. So please text on the box for comments, and I will reply now online. So yeah, thanks. Welcome back. Yeah, we have today 6 p.m. in Ukraine, and also be sure that you are subscribed for our channel and you are you know all the schedule for Ukraine live show. And let's start the juicy part of our translation. So first of all, guys, I want you to offer some points. You may write them down so you can remember them and make some practice by yourselves, because it's really important when you have no experience in some techniques. It's important to make them like every day and do them step by step so you can improve and you can create some new change in your mind, and you can behave normal, and you can be confident when you are on the dates with any lady, not only Ukrainian one, but maybe Slavic or Russian one, doesn't matter, because we have different women here. So, first of all, you have to be a good listener when you are on the first date, of course, and you have to show your sincere interest to her and what's happening in her life. Remember that we have only one mouth and we have two ears. It means that we need to listen more and we have to talk less sometimes about ourselves. Of course, we don't have to sit quiet and we don't have to, I don't know, always be, I don't know, always be with our closed mouths, and we need to listen and ask some questions and listen to them so we can hear the natural the natural voice, and we can hear and we well sorry, I just lost some line. We can see the personality behind these words. And you give yourself some time to think about what to ask next, and you can compare what you feel and what you hear, because sometimes we have words and we have like verbal communication and we have non-verbal communication, and sometimes it's different because what we say and what we actually translate and what we have in our mind and what we have in our body, it may be totally different, because we may talk about good things but our body shows like totally opposite emotions, facial expressions. She might use her body language in totally different way. It means that she might show her, I don't know, her, I don't know, her weird, what weird. I'm sorry, guys. I just had today some difficult clients, and she was Ukrainian and he's from Norway. So we had to I was solving some questions about them, and today, yes, I admitted again that it's important to listen to both sides, and it's important to listen both for men and both for women. Doesn't matter if you have, I don't know, miscommunication or you have some language barrier, and but you have to want to see this person. You have to, I don't know, be open to feel instead of only listening and having some criteria in your mind. So again, the first point: be a good listener. Do not talk about yourself too much, but don't stay so quiet. Just keep it in balance and be open. Yeah. What would be some good questions to ask on the first date with Ukrainian lady? And I need to learn more words in Russian. You don't have to learn more words in Russian, because in this way, you on the first date you will be confused and feel some stress. And on the first date you have to be yourself, and you need to be relaxed so you can pay attention to your feelings and how you feel with this lady. What are your body language, yes, and what are your triggers which turn on when you see her? You can feel her smell, you can see her appearance, you can see her, I don't know, her behavior actually, and her body language again. So yeah, Michael says sorry for being late. Yeah, okay. I appreciate this because I was a little bit nervous that nobody will show up. So yes, you can learn more words. You can use Google Translator. You can use, I don't know, other vocabularies, just to show that you are interested to this culture, to this country, and to her. And just use some compliments, some nice phrases in Russian if you want to show how you are admiring her. But it's not like necessary stuff to do on the first date. First of all, try to find common interests on the first date. Try to find common spots. I mean, what movies she like, what cuisine she like. Has she visited some countries? Uh, does she like to travel? And what does she admire in other countries, in other cultures? What does she like in I don't know, in people, what she is admiring in people, what she like and what you like. Because first of all, you have to know what you like, what are your points, and you can, in this way, compare your lists. Actually, it it doesn't have to be that you have like this to-do list or to-do box or whatever, and you are starting to check, okay, this criteria is done, this criteria is done, and this is not, she doesn't have this, so she is not my person, I'm not gonna date with her anymore because she doesn't fit this list. No, you do not have to do this, because you are not looking for some, I don't know, equipment, or you're not looking for like a car, because in person you cannot choose technical parameters. You are looking with your heart. First of all, you have to pay attention to your feelings, because there will be no guarantees in relationships, in any relationships. Doesn't matter, is it with a businessman, or is it with friend, or with relative, or with a lady, or Ukrainian lady, or American, or whatever. There is no guarantee that everything will be as you wish. No. Okay, it is best to learn some Ukrainian. Well, yeah, you may learn some Ukrainian words too, but Ukrainian language is maybe hard to pronounce for foreigners, as well as Russian. It's 4 p.m. in the UK, so good for me. Yep, that's great. I'm writing to a girl on Victoria Heart, but the site really not that cool. Well, guys, I don't know what you're looking for, but if you're looking for some online communication, you always can go to Tinder, Badoo. You can, I don't know, use many different websites. I know that Tinder is kind of popular in Ukraine, but it's marked more like, I don't know, sexual app, mobile app, and it's not so serious, and people don't take it seriously at all. I mean, I wouldn't look for long-term relationships there, or even short-term, because it's more like one night communication. And of course, you can be lucky, and you can find a girl in there, but I don't know. I would not be that sure about websites and some apps, dating apps. Okay, my second point was, I want you to put yourself in her shoes, because when you are listening to her stories, to her answers, I know, just try to go into her world, but without being sucked in some negative states which she might share with you, because it's kind of normal in Ukraine that we have. I don't know. We are easily go to some negative past moments. We can get upset sometimes. You can ask with positive intents, but she might go to some negative actually parts in her life. So just try to skip such questions on the first date. Don't ask some personal stuff, but try to find some common points. you always can discuss literature. You always can ask her about, I don't know, music, and food is perfect topic to talk about. Ask her if she's cooking by herself or she prefers restaurants. Ask her what she like. Just try to find some common topics. If you need like specific instruction and specific questions, of course I may prepare this session for you, but I don't want you to be so like a robot. I don't want you to be so concrete and specific and pay too much attention to these words, because you are dating with a human, and she will be sometimes embarrassed and she will be shy. And of course, if she's not professional in dating, she will have such emotional reactions to it. Because anyway, I had a lot of dates, and I've seen a lot of girls dating foreigners, and I don't know, if you have this attraction, if you have this first appearance, like, inside your body, if you have this feeling like, oh wow, I like her and I would like to spend some time with her. I mean, not like in sexual context, but like she's interesting for me. I'm curious and I'm open to know more about her. In this way, you will easily go inside her shoes. You will try to feel the world as she feels, and you will like go deeper in her life, in her views, and you will not feel this need to know what to ask, really. Because when just remember when you were a child, when you were little and you were discovering the world and you were so curious, you didn't know what to ask and what to do, but you just tried and you pushed like different buttons and you touched different areas. So turn on in your body, in your mind, actually, the same strategy. Try to discover, like, you don't know anything about her and you are opening like a new box with toy, whatever, and you are so interested and you are so overwhelmed. Okay, what's next? Okay, I like this, and I want you to feel like this, in this condition, to be in this condition. Yeah. What else? Yesterday I did video with Joe. Yeah, great, Michael. What are some of the mistakes you have seen guys make on dates? Well, first of all, I would suggest you to come with flowers on the first date and be polite. Don't talk too much about money. Don't try to show this. Well, your properties. Don't talk too much about business, because she might feel like she doesn't deserve you. That's one of the biggest problems with Ukrainian ladies, that they feel he's so smart, he's so ambitious, he's so, I don't know, he's so great, that she feels that, okay, I feel so miserable, I feel so stupid, I don't feel like I'm equal to him. um, try to keep the same level with her. I mean, about emotional part, feel I don't know, just pay too much attention to her emotional reactions, to her facial expressions, because on our faces you can read a lot, really. It's normal here to, we sometimes, I mean, we Ukrainian women, we sometimes may not tell what we are thinking, but sometimes you can read a lot of information just on her face. how she looks, how you feel when she looks like at you. You may feel anger, you may feel, I don't know, that she might just want, she wants to take something heavy in her hand and just, I don't know, stuck you or hit you, whatever. Because foreigners sometimes, well, today I had this great experience actually when he's from Norway, and they were discussing some points about her movement to Norway, and she said that she needs a bath in the house, but he started to count that he just made some replacement in his bath, and he started to say that, oh, it will be so expensive, it's expensive, and I'm gonna spend like 2,000 euros about this replacement. Oh, it's too expensive, and he's trying to count how expensive it would be for him to install this bath in a bathroom. And she hears this word expensive, and I see that her eyes turn bigger and bigger and bigger, and she's even stopping breathing, and I'm trying to calm her down because she's afraid that he cannot be the guy who can provide security, who can provide I don't know, some safety nets for her and for her son, and because it's necessary and important for her. And and I know his mindset that he's European and he got used to count everything, and he has some budget, and he's really reliable, and he's too responsible that he's trying to calculate instantly, can he afford this or not. And I was like, I see two different worlds sitting on their chairs, and I'm trying to connect them again, because she is so stressed, and she's now too emotional about this expensive word. That's all that she hears, and he's worrying how she's reacting, because he sees her reaction. He sees that she's starting to show that she's surprised and she's shocked, and he's turning like he's starting to I don't know, like this with his body. And I was so, I don't know, I felt so I don't know, surprised, miserable, and ashamed at the same time, because I see that there is so much work that has to be done before two people can work actually on their relationships, and they can live together, because it takes a lot of commitment from both sides. And sometimes it's really it takes some time, and it's hard part. But if you love, and well, you can feel love after some time. But if you see that there is a potential in these relationships, and you believe that it's going well, and it will go well for the next 5 years at least, of course you will commit, and of course you will be trying to fix and find solution, and find common communication with your lady. Oh yeah, what are your comments? Oh no, already talking about more problems. It's not good. I don't know, what are some? Oh no, already talking about more problems. That's not good. Okay, but that's how people behave. And when you are focused on the frame of problems, of course you will find problems. And if you are focused on frame of solution, you will find solution. And with Ukrainian ladies, you guys have to be sure that you are looking for solution, because in our mindset, in Ukrainian mindset, we kind of got used to look for problems, And sometimes we pay too much attention to our problems, to our feelings, to our past mistakes, to our past background, to our problematic background, and we are too focused on this. Well, actually, it's total bullshit sometimes, but I'm just answering honestly, and they're trying to. Well, they're looking in this garbage, in this trash, which happened back to them, and they try to find some piece of cake there, but there is no cake. It's on the trash, and they cannot throw this away. But uh, sometimes we need a person who will say just okay, I understand your situation, I understand your feeling, I know it's hard for you, but please, I want to be with you, so let's be focused on the solution, how we can fix it, how we can find these common spots where everybody will feel good and well. So sometimes you have to turn her off and stop this, I don't know, blender in her mind and look for the result. Can Ukrainian travel to Western Europe with regular passport? Well, we can travel with international passport to Western Europe. It's normal, and we have 90 days permission to be in Europe. Yes, today I had a tough date, so yeah. But anyway, on the first date, you have to be a good listener. You need to put yourself in her shoes, and my next point is empathy rather than sympathy. So empathy means that you understand and have feel about her difficulties without trying to get involved unless she is asking. So sympathy means that you feel sorry for her, and it's kind of disrespectful actually, and it indicates that you believe that she cannot handle her own difficulties, because sometimes we actually don't need to feel we don't want a man to feel sorry about us, but because of lack of understanding ourselves as women, and because of lack of understanding foreigners mindset, we may I don't know, express ourselves with wrong words. So that's why I'm offering you to have the first date for 1 hour, not more, and then you can go for a walk, or you can just, I don't know, 1 hour for the first date will be enough for you, first of all, to see her appearance, to see how well she's prepared for the date, how open she is, how she's feeling, how she's behaving, and to feel your emotional reactions, because your hormonal reactions will show whether you like this woman or not. And for you guys, 1 hour on the first date will be more than enough. So because Ukrainian ladies, they can be divided on two sections: those who listen too much and those who talk too much. And those who talk too much, they have good English, of course, and they will turn like blah 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 radio all the time, and sometimes they will not even ask about you. So it means that she doesn't actually interested in you as a man. And those ladies who ask a lot, of course, that shows that she's got some interest in you. But please do not talk about your revenue, about your income, your business. Don't show what cars you have. Don't show what properties you own. just talk about general topics, please. That's what I'm asking. And do not talk about politics, and don't ask if she's I don't know, if she's ready to change religion or something like this. Don't be so stubborn and don't push too hard, but have some questions in your mind which you would be interested in. Just imagine that you met an old friend and something's going in her life, and you are curious to know how is she, and that's all. Don't admire her too much, but keep some distance, because I have seen so many cases on the first dates, so it's kind of hard for me to give you, I don't know, the best recipe for the first date, but anyway, I'm doing my best. So I'm with this agency, Mike. I have had bad experiences with all others, but now I'm assisting Joe on occasion. Okay. Do the dates you work with happen in your offices or outside in like a restaurant? Of course, dates happen in restaurants, and today my friend asked to replace her, so I went there as a translator. And that's why maybe it's kind of hard for me to talk now, because 2 hours of reversing and translating in my mind from English to Russian and Russian to English, it's kind of stressful. But anyway, usually they are going in restaurants, and I suggest men to choose restaurant. It doesn't have to be so expensive, but it has to be nice with good view. So sometimes you can just go, you can just look at the window and admire and enjoy what's going on outside. And you may offer to go for a walk if you want to. And but just Google or ask Joseph, if you are a client of his agency, to help with restaurant, because he lives in Kiev, and he has some lists. He has some restaurants on list, or you can ask me. I'm really good in restaurants because I worked in Horeca for 7 years. So of course I know a lot of good places with good view, with I don't know, on the top of building restaurants, and some restaurants which are close to the water, and restaurants which are close to the park and with different cuisine. So please, guys, be open to ask. If you are in Kiev, I'm ready to help. Yeah, you're giving very good advice. So I didn't want you to have illusions that Ukrainian women are kind of the best or the most, I don't know, whatever you have in your mind. We are the same human beings. We have the same problems as you. Maybe we have some bad situation with security and I don't know, the level of safety. I mean, not safety like outside, but we don't feel ourselves as we are safe, because Ukrainian women have to pay attention about their jobs, because usually women here are playing role as a man in families, and most of Ukrainian women work, and it's kind of normal. So of course, if it's important for you guys to have a woman who doesn't work, I don't know, you have to be open to discuss it with a woman, because we have a lot of ambitious ladies here, and some ladies, they just need a man instead of somebody who will pay for her needs. And it's I don't know, it's just a myth or illusion. when foreigners tell me that Ukrainian ladies only need money from them, and they do not wanna have a career, or they don't wanna go for a job. No, it means that you didn't have any specific I don't know, needs, whatever, or you haven't discussed this issue with your lady. So please be sure that you have some answer in your mind. Either you prefer that your lady will go for a walk, for oh, if your lady will go and take a job, or you are too focused on her being at home and I don't know, do some family routine or house routine or be with children, whatever. Because I know that some foreigners are looking for Ukrainian ladies because we don't have this. Well, they think that we don't have this ambitious part, and we prefer to stay at home instead of making our own business or having some projects. No, you have to discuss with concrete women who you are choosing. So yes, we talked about empathy rather than sympathy. So please do not fall into her problems, and don't feel sorry that she has such a tough life. And of course, if she's talking about difficulties and problems on the first date, it means that she's in a position of victim in her life, and that everybody is so bad in her life, in her world. And it actually shows a lot to me as a therapist, as a coach. It seems that she's looking for somebody who will take her and save her from something. But guys, as my experience shows, that if a lady talks about problems on the first date, it means that you might face a lot of problems in future. So please, I want you to save your time. I want you to save your I don't know, your nervous system actually, and look for a woman who is happy and who has these basic emotions on her face, like joy and interest, and she's grateful, and she's open, and you will not find sadness in her eyes, and she's smiling a lot. I mean, not like physically disordered smiling, well, psychologically, sorry, but she's open, she's smiling, she's more like European or Western. So, because Ukrainian ladies, sometimes you can just see it on the streets. They are sometimes so overwhelmed with their problems, and you can see the whole story of her life and her pain on her face and on her body, because she doesn't have this straight back. She has only I don't know. She has no smile on her face, and she will look down on her legs, on her feet, and it means that you will not be satisfied. You will not enjoy the life with such type of women. Doesn't matter where she's from, Ukraine, Russia, America, whatever. Just you need a positive person. So please, non-verbal communication, I mean body language, shows sometimes more and tells us more than words. So pay attention to this too. Hello from Michigan, USA, wishing to meet a Ukrainian woman in the future. Yeah. Maria, could you talk to us about age gaps? Yep. I will talk to you about age gaps if you want to. Okay, guys, I'm more open actually now to answer to your questions, because it's kind of hard for me to go on my agenda now, because I want to talk with you and I want to share with you some real issues, some real cases, and I don't. I don't know. Maybe it's my fault, and maybe I shouldn't do this, and I cannot switch the topic. But sorry, guys, it's live session, and I'm a human too, and I really wanna have this conversation with you, because I don't know. Today I had like five conversations with my colleagues, and we talked about age gap. And I don't know what's going in this world now, but everybody talks about age difference in Ukraine, in Russia, in Europe. I had so many posts on Instagram and on YouTube that everybody is asking about age gap or age difference. Guys, it's normal to have age difference. You are not dating with passport, or we are not dating with ID card. We are dating with a human who gives us this feeling with a personality, actually, who has some interests, who can, I don't know, who can just share jokes or some funny stories, because we like it. We like a good sense of humor, and it's normal when you can laugh together and it's funny. And that's the sense of humor, actually, the biggest key to your long-term relationships, because you will not date with this age difference. Of course, you may have the difference in interest, and it's kind of two different generations, and of course you have different values. You might have. I'm not sure that you will have, because why I was dating a man who was how much was it, like 20 years older than me, because we had the same values, we had the same interests, because my parents um, were much older than him, and I kind of grown up. I was growing up on the values which had my parents, so that's why uh, I didn't feel this difficulty dating a man who's older. I wasn't looking for a daddy, as some people mark or label it. I wasn't looking for some sponsor or sugar daddy. I don't know. I had just so many questions and comments sometimes, and I'm surprised how much trash people have in their minds. So please pay attention to the person, because you want to feel that you are well. Okay, I will just go straight. You want to feel that you want this person in sexual way, and this person wants you. It's like common attraction, sexual attraction. It's love chemistry, it's physical chemistry, and that's normal, because when you have good connection on this body level, yes, on this physical need, it means that you already have some strong fundament, and that's great. Of course, you might have connection on common interest, on life values, on your points of views, and it means that you have a good connection on your mind level, and that's strong too. And you can go down from mind to your heart to your body, or doesn't matter actually. Doesn't matter the I don't know how to say it in English. Sorry, guys. Doesn't matter if it will be first, second, or third. No, it means that you need to find this common vibration with your partner. And age difference, it just means that you will not face your, I don't know, when you will be 80, you will not be together. That's all that that means about age difference, that somebody might die earlier, and that's normal, and uh, that's physically you can explain it with physical moments, yes, with your life terms moments. But sometimes people die earlier, sometimes people die later, and that's normal. Have to you just have to pay attention to your condition with this person, because you will not go with this I don't know, word on yourself that I'm dating with 25 younger or older man or woman, whatever. When you go with your partner, and you are smiling, and you feel like you can joke, and you feel that you enjoy the life, and you are happy now, and you will be happy tomorrow, because you want to wake up with this person, you want to share breakfast with this person, you want to do something nice, and show your caring about this person, and you are interested in what she likes, what she prefers, and you see her imperfections, and you see your own imperfections, and but you are ready to deal with this. It means that you have good relationships, and doesn't matter how old she is, or how young she is, because ladies are dating with younger men too. It's not only about young women and old men. No, we have in Russia, we have famous singer Alla Pugacheva. I don't know, maybe you have heard about her story, but she's living with her husband, who was younger for, I don't know, 30 years, and for 17 years they live together, and they have two children, and she actually has a grown-up daughter and a grown-up grandson, and she's actually old grandmother. But anyway, she's a mother, and she's a lover, and she's so shiny, and she's so happy that you cannot notice this happiness in his eyes and in her eyes when they give some interviews, and I don't know, they show up together. That's all. 10 to 15 years is acceptable in Ukraine. uh, I want you to not to pay attention to this society acceptable norm frames, okay? Because society didn't accept marijuana to be legal, and society didn't accept, I don't know, minority marriages, okay? When we have these marriages with man and man and a woman and woman, LGBT, I don't know, people. I'm not into this area, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to be offensive if if I said something wrong. But I mean, society doesn't accept some weird things, but it may turn acceptable in some times. So please do not pay attention to other people, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Try to learn yourself what's acceptable for you and for your partner. That's all actually what matters, because we have everything going on so fast in our lives now, because there is no time to pay to somebody's opinion or to somebody's point of view, whatever. You are happy, that's your life, and please stay in frame of your life. Do not put nose in somebody's life. That's all. And you have to learn to protect your boundaries, because nobody will make you feel happy unless you make yourself happy. Okay. True, it's just life. Just got to live it while you can. Because guys, I have made some searches on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with Ukrainian and Russian men, but they are all focused on, I don't know, short term relationships, and they they watch videos on YouTube about how to date with women and how to push her to have sex with him. That's all. I don't know. Maybe it's I know it's psychological or immaturity or whatever you can name it, but they do not value long-term relationships, and that's why a lot of women want to marry with foreigners, because they still have these values about family and long-term relationships, and that's all. And of course, some people want to have better conditions of life, better level of life, and that's why they leave Ukraine and they move to different countries. And that's all about this. How do we communicate with Ukrainian ladies when using your service? Do we always have to go through one of your agents to translate or communicate? I don't know, because I'm not a matchmaker in Joe's agency. I'm a psychotechnologist, I'm transformational coach, and you can ask via email and email at info@matchguaranty.com. And of course, maybe there will be some more videos downloaded on channel. So be subscribed and be sure that you are a subscriber of Match Guarantee channel. So I don't know, I cannot answer this question because I'm not, it's not my responsibility about dates. But in different Ukrainian agencies, translators usually go on dates if a Ukrainian lady doesn't know English very well. So you might face this issue on the first couple of dates, but of course you have to discuss it with the agency where you are a client. I normally date 10 years younger than myself and try to keep within that frame. Well, you know that everybody has different life experience, everybody has different interests, and when you frame yourself only to 10 years, it means that you are you have less opportunities to meet your woman. So I would date I don't know, I would date a man actually who has the same interests and the same values as I do, because I'm too concerned about this now. I'm not attached to age now, but I wanna be with a man who has the same goals, the same life goals, who has the same attitude to life, the same attitude to people, who has the same attitude to friends, to family, and what else? And who has his own personal goals, and he's an achiever, or and he's active. So again, when you are dating or choosing a lady, it's not equipment, and you cannot choose lady like, I don't know, like iPhone or MacBook with technical parameters. No, it will not work good for you, really, because you may receive what you want, but ask yourself if you are happy and satisfied with your order, actually, yeah, with your requirement. So again, relationships are always about emotional condition, about comfort, about happiness, satisfaction, and joy. So there are no guarantees, there are no security, there is nothing. But you can go into this, I don't know, trip, this experiment, and you can enjoy it. Or you can just stay at home and I don't know, close yourself, lock yourself in this cage, and stop experiencing new new relationships, and yeah, stop enjoying life actually. If you contact Joe at this agency, he may pass along my email address so we don't miss you. Yeah, Maria's discussion. Yep, thanks, guys. Indeed, we'll do first time. First time here. My apologies. Okay, guys, do you have more questions? Because well, what? Because anyway, you have to be a good listener. You have to be you have to show some interest to the person, not to her appearance, because you will not date like big boobs, you will not date some size of body, you will not sleep with I don't know, only big eyes and red lips, whatever. You will live with a person who has some needs, who has some values, who has some interests, who has some backgrounds. And I want you to just not to change her and try to fix her somehow if you see that there is something wrong or not acceptable for you. But what I wanted to say, if you feel that you are not meeting your expectations, it means that you have to look again. You are, maybe there is something wrong in your mindset or something wrong with you in your checklist, yeah, or it may be too long or too big, because I have seen these requirements to men and requirements to women. She has to be like this, and he has to do this, and well, okay, it's not an agreement and it's not a contract, it's not a business where you share your responsibilities and you have just one common flat or one common house, and you have I don't know, you have chores and what else. There is no emotions in such relationships. It's not contract, it's not business. Yes, of course you have to be realistic, of course you have to be you have to I don't know, you have to you need to just to be realistic. And sometimes you have to ask yourself what I am receiving in these relationships and what I'm ready to give in these relationships, what I want to give to this woman and what I would like to receive from this woman. How I would know that this woman makes me feel like a man. What when I feel like a man, what I'm ready to give. It's all like this, you know. It's like about bouncing, it's about balancing. It's, well, you cannot just receive instructions and be happy, no, because everybody is so individual that there is no one 100% excellent recipe for perfect relationships, no. So I just want you to respect your opinion and to respect her opinion, respect her values, respect her problems, because Ukrainian ladies, they might talk about problems, and we are sometimes to get well, we easily get scary and we have a lot of fears. And only last, I don't know, probably 10 years, psychology and therapy and some educational stuff about relationships appeared here in Ukraine. So of course it's sometimes awkward, and I have too many critical messages according to the stuff which appears on YouTube about relationships and how they what information they give in these videos to Ukrainian ladies about relationships, about her position in marriage, about his position, what she has to do, what he has to do, and sometimes it turns into a big mess instead of instructions and helping tools. That's what I wanted to say. So you just need to trust your feelings, because your heart will show if it's yours, lady, or if it's not your lady. Because if you have this feeling, yes, that's mine, and I want to be with this lady because I feel different without her. I don't feel that. I don't know. I like her admiration and I like her touch. I like her smell, and I feel excited when she's around me. And I'm not ready to keep her, I don't know, far away from myself. I want to spend some time with her, and or I don't feel like how fast time is going with her. It's all about this, it's not about like I don't know, neocortex part of our mind, because if it's not financial budget, it's not accounting relationships, it's not accounting. And of course you have to be responsible and be supportive for your lady, but it's not only about numbers and money and material part, and about expensive or not expensive, affordable or not affordable. It's always about finding a solution and going and working together and enjoy this life together. So, yep. What should I bring on the first date, and should I expect to meet her parents? On the first date, you don't have to meet her parents at all, because you need to face her and decide if you want to go with her on the next date or not. And you have to bring flowers. Um, in this way, you will. It's a gentleman skill, yes, to bring flowers. You don't have to bring expensive gifts, and if on the first date, a lady asking to go for shopping, just stay away from this topic and say that, sorry, I have some plans. I was not prepared to go for shopping because I have a limited time, and that's all. For the first date, I want you to let her know that you have only 1 hour or 2 hour date, because maybe she might not like you, and she will look how to skip or sneak this date. It happens too, guys. That's normal, because we all have our love chemistry triggers, and sometimes smell is not. Um, well, the smell of body or smell of whatever of perfume is kind of annoying to women, because we are crazy about this, and of course we pay attention about our men's outfit. And it would be really nice if you will have this time limit, if you choose restaurant, and if you, of course, uh, if you pay for the taxi when she comes to the date and when she's leaving your date. So cover the taxi expenses, bring flowers, choose the restaurant, wear your smile, turn on your curiosity and this childish, I don't know, condition in your body when you are, I don't know, when you feel like you feel calm, okay, and you feel relaxed and you feel flexible. And because when we are talking with verbal language, of course we our mind is working, but our non-verbal messages tell a lot about us too. So you can just rehearse your body language with a mirror. Actually, you can just pretend that you are having the first date. So sit in front of your mirror and try to see yourself, or you can just record yourself on your cell phone, on your camera, and pretend like you are on the date. So you will see yourself on the screen, how you behave, what's your body position, what are your hands position. Maybe you are nervous or and shaking hands or doing something. Maybe you are doing like this all the time, or maybe you are doing like scratching yourself all the time, because that's what I'm seeing on the first dates too. Men are too nervous sometimes, and they start to do some annoying things too, which are not appropriate actually. So do this homework before you are going to the date on the dates. What else? Smell good. Yeah. Take your I don't know, most preferable perfume. Wear smile. Be flexible. Be relaxed. Put time limits, and just be open to new journey. That's all what I want. Don't think about money. You are not choosing wife on the first date. You are just going on the date with a person, not with a woman, just with a person. Or maybe imagine that you are going with old friend who you have not seen for a long time, and pay attention to your feelings. Okay, I like this, I like this. Try to find what try to find her good points, because when you are focused on something good, it means that you are multiplying these good points. Because when you're looking for imperfections, of course you will find a lot of imperfections, because your mind, well, all minds are working like this. If you are looking for something, you will find it definitely. So, how long once into dating with Ukrainian lady, is it okay to start talking about her moving country? You have to feel when you are ready. Maybe you are not ready to move to take this lady and take to your country, because she will leave her country. She will leave her circumstances. She will leave her I don't know, area, her environment, and answer yourself: are you ready to be responsible for her? Are you ready to protect her? Are you ready to deal with some issues, and are you ready to discuss and listen to her, because that's important too, because she's leaving all her friends, all her people here in this country, and she's moving on, only by herself to your country. For you, nothing will change a lot, but for her, she's changing one world to different one, because she needs to learn new culture, new language, new people, new friends, new rules, new, you know, maybe new religion. I don't know. It might be hard for her, so you have to be sure that you are ready to give support, you are ready to commit, you are ready to be sometimes like a coach, or find some coach for her, who would listen to her, and um, who would work with her and deal some moments and fix some details in her mindset. That's what important, because it's not hard to find a lady. It's sometimes hard to keep these relationships going on. So even when you have great chemistry, you have great sex, you have great love, you admire each other, sometimes you might deal difficulties, and that's normal, and you have to it's just normal. You don't have to prepare yourself, or you don't have to scare yourself or fear. That's life. And when you went to school, of course you faced some difficulties, but it doesn't mean that you had to leave school or you would attend just a homestaying education. So depends on your final purpose. Yes, are you ready to make these relationships go, or you just looking for some excuses and just somebody who you will blame yourself? And I want you guys actually to answer the one question honestly: who you are looking for? Are you looking for a lover? Are you looking for a mommy? Are you looking for a woman? Or are you looking for a person who will play different roles for you? Because if you are looking for a person who will play different roles, so she will be good in sex, so she will be a good wife, she will be a good mom, she will be a good friend to you. Of course, you have to be ready to be the same to her. Because when you are looking only for good looking woman, it means that you are expecting only one role from her, only one side of her you are ready to see. And she will turn this side to you, but you need to be ready to we are facing some different situations in life, and be sure that this person can handle this with you, and she will support you too, and you will support her. And in this way, one person plus one person equals 11, not two. Because when you feel that you are strong enough, and you see that she's normal and she's strong enough too in psychological way, in this way you can commit and make this marriage go. When dating long distance, how many times should I visit her country? Sometimes people don't go to. Well, okay, I had a couple who she was from Ukraine and he was from the US, and they were dating in Europe. They spent as they went to Europe for 2 months for the first time, but before they were communicating for almost 6 months. And then he came back to the US, and after 4 months, he came back again, and they went to Mexico, and they spent 1 month in Mexico. And in Mexico, he made a proposal to her. So actually, it depends on your own speed, and when you feel this moment, like, yes, I'm ready. I want to have her in my family, in my house. I want to wake up with her. I want to be with her, and I'm not afraid. I can deal with this. I know that she has this values. I know that she can handle this. I know that her weaknesses are this, and you already have some profile about her in your mind, and you know her good points, her weak points, and you are ready to work together to have a family. So it depends. That's what I can say. Okay, guys, I think tomorrow we will continue our session at the same time as we started today. I don't know. I think it's 10 a.m. in Eastern time. So tomorrow we are continuing, and of course I want you to be a part of our cancer project, and subscribe and be a I'm sorry, be a subscriber of Magic Guarantee channel, and of course be a client of the agency, because everybody deserves to be happy, and it doesn't matter where people are from. And I really believe that we have the only one lover and beloved and loving person in this world. And today we talked about we had to talk about tips, or 15 top tips for the first date with beautiful Ukrainian woman, but we covered only, I think, 5 or 6. So I just wanted to remind that we talked about how to be a good listener, it's preferable to put yourself in her shoes. You have to feel empathy rather than sympathy, and look for her good points. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yay. On the first date, after the first date, and when you like this woman, you have to text a message to her like, well, I'm thinking about you even now. Or just maybe you had a date at lunchtime, and in the evening you can text her that I'm thinking about you, or I liked this dress on you, or I liked your hair, or I liked your hands, or I liked your lips. Just text her some pretty but not like sexual message. I want you to find something in her that you liked and you admire, and tell her about this. So in this way, she will feel special, and she will feel gorgeous, and that she is treated well, and she will act differently on the second date. So yeah, do this. Bring flowers, bring smile, be open, be calm, be, I don't know, be curious. And in this way, you will have great time, and you will have a good first date. So guys, be subscribed. We will continue tomorrow at 10 a.m. Of course, I am reminding you about my free away course. And if you want to be my Lucky 27, please send an email to the email below. Yep, and push this button, subscribe, not to miss my online sessions, and not to miss my videos with Joseph, because we will cover on the next videos we will cover money, we will cover what else, age difference and problems which couples face with a big age difference, because I have interviewed several couples who are married for 5 or 6 years, and what troubles they had. They shared it with me, and I'm ready to share it with you to make you more comfortable and to make you less fear. To make you, less fearless. Okay. Yep. Okay. So thank you guys. So sorry for being so rushed. And I don't know. I'm enjoying these live sessions, and I feel at least that I'm talking to you, but I'm not like a talking hand and just making this blah blah stuff. Because that's great. Okay, have a good day, and I'm gonna have a good evening, and I'm gonna go for a walk now. So I hope you really find a woman who you deserve, and a woman who will make you happy. And I believe in true love. Okay, so bye guys.